This is the PickBits Daily Signal for Thursday, June 18th. The thread this week. A system you fed, bought, or stand in front of has already moved, and the switch is in someone else's hand. 1. The scans you fed Pokémon Go now steer robots and were pitched to the military. 2. A firmware update quietly switched off the memory encryption in millions of AMD laptops. 3. A detective becomes the first officer accused of faking evidence with AI. And 4, the one going the other way, even Texas now wants data centers, not you, to pay for the power they use. Let's get into it. This is the PickBits Daily Signal. Story 1. If you ever played Pokémon Go, this one is about you. To claim those in-game rewards, players pointed their phones at landmarks and scanned them billions of times. About 30 billion images of the real world.
Outside and explore the real world. They walked through parks, they visited landmarks, they scanned statues and murals with their phones. What they didn't realize...
It now steers a fleet of about 1,000 sidewalk delivery robots, and it has been paired with a defense contractor to guide drones where GPS does not work. The company says it does not use current game data anymore, and fair enough. But the model doing the steering was built on years of your scans, gathered as a game, deployed as something else entirely, and nobody asked you about the second part. If that surprised you, share it with someone who grinded that game. Story 2. Check what is inside your laptop, because this one might be sitting in it right now. A lot of recent AMD chips shipped with a security feature that encrypts your memory. It scrambles everything in your RAM with a key that changes every time you boot, so if someone steals the machine and tries to read the memory directly, they get nothing.
The fact that DRAM does not instantly forget. The name comes from the original technique.
The hardware can do it. The firmware just says no, so the feature can be sold as a premium. Nobody was told. Your files on disk are still protected when the machine is fully off, but the moment it is asleep on a cafe table, that extra layer is gone. Save this one, check tonight whether you have a consumer Ryzen or a PRO, and make sure full disk encryption is turned on. Story 3. This is the one to watch, because it is coming here next. A detective in England is under criminal investigation for allegedly using AI to fabricate evidence across several cases. It is believed to be the first time a police officer has been accused of this in Britain.
Across multiple cases, and prosecutors are now warning defense teams and courts that outcomes could be affected,
including ones that already ended in a conviction. Here is why it matters on this side of the ocean. U.S. courts have no settled rule against AI-fabricated evidence either. The tools can now generate a photo, a document, an audio clip convincing enough to enter a case file, and the rules for proving where evidence came from were written for an era when faking it was hard. The thing that can take your freedom just got easy to fake. Follow along, because the first US version of this is a matter of when, not if. Story 4. The one going the other way, and from the last place you would expect. The single most direct way the AI boom hits your life is your electric bill, because data centers pull enormous power and somebody has to pay to build it.
On data centers, where do you stand on this?
I think we need to have a big discussion about data centers because they're coming to Texas.
The governor ordered state regulators to make data centers pay for their own power and to cut residential transmission costs by the end of July. When Texas, of all places, says the data center should pay for the data center instead of the family down the road, the politics have genuinely turned, and the place this gets decided is your state's utility commission, which means you can actually weigh in. If that gives you a little hope, like it and share it. That's today's signal. Thanks for staying to the end. See you tomorrow.